I wish I were more optimistic about marriage, but I'm not. I'm in my 70s, single, and in my whole life, I think I've observed only a handful of marriages that I thought were wholesome, loving, mutually supportive, and not codependent or entirely mystifying. Keep in mind, I appreciate, that it's almost impossible to understand other people's relationships. Uh, why would she hook up with a guy like that? She could have done so much better. Her? Was he nuts, blind? Couldn't he see the knives hidden behind the roses? One of my best friends and his wife had an incredible marriage. Uh, Broken only because she eventually passed away, but they struggled for some years in the middle because one of their children had a terrible affliction, and they struggled to find the answers, and that almost caused them to break up because it created so much tension. But aside from that, they were wonderful together, and he often used to tell me, David, marriage is like lightning. It's just something that strikes once or twice in life, and it's a magic act, and go explain. This friend is hardly alone, but the numbers in my experience aren't great. I know perhaps a dozen couples that I would say are so blessed. For all the thousands of others, what I seem to be seeing is a dance of power, and it's not always to the most enchanting tune. I think of a neighbor of many years. They married young, stayed together for almost 50 years. They talked incessantly, endlessly about everything, every little shrub, bush, flagstone, table, chair, awning, flower pot. Led to some discussion which may have been good for them, but not so good for us as neighbors. In any event, he was a very successful guy. He was an artist, and he had a delightfully madcap sense of humor. And they also owned, among other things, a beautiful old Austin Healey convertible, which they drove to ski resorts all over North America. Uh, he appeared to be in so much control, but in fact, she was a two-headed act that really ran the show, and she vacillated between that, little girl in skirts, hello, being coquettish, and so on, and then her other twin, the harridan, harpy, and wicked witch of the West. This dual presentation was her general coping mechanism with all people, and she had it down to a fine art. No doubt in all relationships, nurturing or nutty, each party is getting something out of the dance. As in all choices in life, we have to weigh our options and the prices that we may pay. Pickle. A great marriage, even a good marriage, is a rare blessing. A bad one, hell on wheels. If you're stuck in the latter, pack a bag at once.